Hey everybody, I'm back with another video. I decided to make part 2 of the last video since I really feel like I didn't give the right information that black women needed to hear about what they really need to do to be happy. Rather, I was giving them information about the issues and problems that black women face in relationships and what they need to realize about black men and themselves. Sort of like a reality check. But I noticed the last video didn't get a lot of views, and probably because people thought it was another video bashing black women, which it wasn't. And people are just hypersensitive. They're just so hypersensitive, and they don't really try to listen. They just judge with their emotions. They just look at the title of the video and they automatically assume the video is going to be negative. No, this is not how I make my content. I'm not like half these black men on black YouTube who make videos about black women. I make videos on black men and black women in a positive, encouraging light. I don't have the time and energy to hate on women or black women for that matter. I only have enough time and energy to chastise black men and black women where they're wrong and try to correct them if I can. All that other bullshit about downplaying other black people as if I'm the pinnacle of morality in the black community is just out the window. Now, in this video that I'm making is going to be a little bit more positive and focus more on black women fixing themselves internally and spiritually, because there's a lot of them out there who have internal and spiritual issues. They are internally and spiritually damaged, and they need internal and spiritual healing in order to put them back on track. How to put black women back on track? You got to find out how they got off track in the first place. Okay, I want to tell you how they got off track. Some black women didn't learn self-confidence growing up at an early age. Now, because of that, they have to seek wholeness from other people, because they always got to have friends around them, or they always got to be in a relationship with somebody. They do this for self-validation and approval, and they want it from other people rather from themselves. They want the validation and approval to come from external forces, and a lot of times they don't know how to be alone and single. They just got to have somebody with them at all times. All the time. You see how codependent that shit is. When you don't know how to give yourself self-validation and approval, then you become the clingy type in relationships. Sometimes they probably may be the attention whore, just like just always doing the most for attention because they don't get enough attention at home. They stay in toxic relationships because they depend on that man to validate and improve her. She doesn't care how good or how bad that man is for her, nor does she care if he's helping or hurting her. It's just the fact that he's speaking to her to make her feel some type of way, and it validates her so that she won't be able to leave him or the relationship. He makes her feel like she can't survive without him, is what I'm saying. It's really just narcissism at its best, and there's a lot of men out there who take advantage of women like that. So with that being said, learn self-validation and approval. I'm just going to set the record straight here. Do you ever wonder how you're going to be when you wake up? And what I mean by that is, you ever decide what kind of day you're gonna have, what type of day you're gonna have? Are you gonna have a good day? Are you gonna have a bad day? Are you gonna have a productive day? Are you gonna have an unproductive day? It's all about you. It's your life, and it's your day, and how you spend your day, and how you feel throughout the day is what you choose. Unfortunately, some women choose to have a bad, unproductive day, and you wanna know why? Because they choose to surround themselves with the same negative people who either keep them down or do nothing at all. That's why women got to be careful with who they're friends with. Women will be so quick to befriend women who ain't about shit but drama and finding a man to beg to take care of her. She won't try to bring herself around women who got something positive going on in their lives, or is trying for that matter. She wants to be around women who smoke weed all day, who always got a new man every short period of time, who go to parties and nightclubs and strip clubs every weekend. You know, these are the types of chicks who works as prostitutes and escorts sometimes, or they just be on some bisexual bullshit. You just never know with those types of women. I don't think it's good for good mindful women to be around women who are just going through those weird phases in their lives. What I'm just gonna call them. I'm gonna call them women who aren't grounded, ungrounded women, uh, or we can just call them loose cannons. The point is that these types of women are lost and they're confused and they have no idea who they are or what they want. Grounded women have nothing in common with ungrounded women. There's no conversation between the two. There's nothing worse than a good grounded woman who is under bad influence coming from those ungrounded loose cannons. These women do nothing but ruin relationships and families and their own friendships too. They ruin their own relationships and families. They tell you to break up with your boyfriends or divorce your husbands. They tell you to come hang with them rather than stay and be with your kids and handle your responsibilities. They tell you to stop being friends with people who have been close to you and been there for you for the longest. So with that being said, be mindful of the people you bring in your life, because you bring the wrong people in your life, well, they may ruin it, and they may ruin the relationships that you have with people, and they may ruin the relationships that you have personally with people in your life already. God brings people in your life for a reason. He'll bring good people in your life to help you up. He'll bring friends in your life to support you. He'll let bad people come into your life to teach you who to avoid. He take away some things in your life that's important to you, to show you who the real people are, who will stick by you no matter what. He let the good things happen to you when you deserve it, and you know, and you pray for it. Aside from that, he lets bad things happen to you because you make foolish and bad decisions. So in return, you pay for it with your ignorance and your foolishness. It's a hard lesson learned, but it is what it is. When you're at your worst, that's when you're closest to God, because you call Him at the last minute when you have nobody or nothing to turn to. When you're at your darkest hour, and even the people who don't believe in God call on God too. So everything that God does and lets happen to you and others isn't always going to be a good thing, and it's not going to always be a bad thing either. In the last video, I was talking about, like how black women were complaining that it was a shortage of good black men. It's just that overused, ignorant rhetoric and narrative that black women always say is an excuse for the reason why they're single. Such an incompetent excuse pretty outlines the social ignorance of some black women. What black women need to understand is that they're plainly recycling the same low-life black men. The players, the cheaters, the thugs, the ex-cons, and the drug dealers, they're all recycled by black women heavily. So let's just make that clear. Black women think that there is a shortage of black men, but really all their exes were the same men, the same types of men. These niggas are always somebody's baby daddy, and look at how many women he got a baby by. Look at how many women he's had sex with his whole life. The women don't understand that they share their exes and baby daddies with several dozen, with several or a dozen other other women. You know, they're sharing the same deadbeats, sleazeballs, abusers, and cheaters. You know, they just don't understand it. They don't get that. So, because black women, well, a good amount of them don't try black men of other classes and backgrounds, they miss out on having the experience of being with a good black man in their lives. But anyway, that's all I have for this video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you got any topics or questions, put it in the comment section below. Be sure to like the Wrong Turn group and fan page. The link is in the description box below. And with that being said, thank you.